interesting deck building format.
Yeah, exactly. He's also Blitz has also been in, fun fact, every single tournament I've ran, like for both Hearthstone Australia and just casually. So, yeah. So we are setting up the games. Okay, there we go. So straight into it. So just give me a moment, guys, while I reset the UI. High production values here.
This is interesting. We're seeing two classes that we haven't seen in the whole of the last series, Hunter and Mage.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
So I'm expecting Karma to be bringing a sort of burn mage similar to the one that we're seeing on Fladder. Lots of low rarity spells just trying to burn the opponent down.
Yes. We see there. I'm guessing it's going to be quite a little bit aggro as well here. So we've got the well, I see the kill command and the fledgling and stuff like that in Blitz's hand.
Yeah, probably sort of aggro, maybe a beast element of the Hunter to it. So Hungry Crab, that's a very interesting attack card.
Yes, I guess maybe expecting, since Murlocs are quite cheap and nasty.
Might have been expected to see something like a Murloc Warlock or Murloc Paladin, something along the lines of that.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to know how many Hungry Crabs actually eat during this tournament, because depending on the amount of Murloc Paladin, the crabs might be very hungry or they might not be by the end of this.
They could be quite famished, you may say.
Could be. Seeing a Breath of Sigigosa in Karma Send, I don't think that's a normal card in the aggro mages.
No.
Seeing as it can't actually hit the face, but right now it's doing a pretty good job of controlling Blitz's board.
Yeah, I guess maybe that's possibly figured that's how he was going to play differently to the other decks.
Right, unlucky they're getting the Leok. Definitely the worst ever companion for just to be getting right now.
Yeah, or pretty much ever, unless you're using some of those cards that you don't have access to in Pauper.
Unleash the Hounds would also be very good of it.
True.
And that's how that we could be seeing in his deck.
Indeed.
Of course, Leok has been left up, so Houndmaster would be able to make it to a pretty scary card. However, we do have the Fireball as the answer for it.
Not that Blitz knows that.
No.
Though I suspect...
But since we know that, we know that things are looking somewhat grim already.
That's right. Oh, he chooses not to go with it. So Vicious Fledgling, this isn't the first time we've seen this brought in this tournament either. So I guess people are feeling it's a very strong card that's going to really shine in this particular format.
Yeah, one of the most aggressive rare cards that we can be seeing, and although we haven't seen it have much impact so far, it's been answered pretty well almost every time. In the Game 5 last time, Tori managed to get his Vicious Fetching going, but it was answered.
That's true.
And this one just got fireballed.
So now there's now the one fireball down. Unfortunately, nothing to Houndmaster this time.
He might just have to throw the kill command onto the Mana Worm just to slow the punishment down, just to lessen the damage that's coming in.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. And as you predicted, sorry I had to duck away for 2 seconds, as you predicted, the kill command was used to get rid of the worm. Alright. How do you feel about this?
Beetle's a pretty good card here.
Yeah, do you think it was a... Not really, do you think it's a good target for the Houndmaster, or is it more of a case of he's got no real choice?
In these aggro matches, that could be the extra amount that's needed, but of course here it simply gets silenced. And Blitz is in a very bad spot. He's down a lot of cards and doesn't have face damage to show for it.
Yes, I would have expected Karma to be down a lot lower at this stage of the game. The Breath of Cindergross are really doing work for Karma.
Yes, somewhat of a tech card, I guess you could say, given that lots of minions in this tournament we expect to be having low amounts of health, so it's not simply going to get tanked by some big taunt.
Mm.
I wonder.
Eagle Hornbow is not going to do too much. It's going to be able to kill the Spellbreaker, but then it'll simply get oozed in return.
Yes.
It's slow good punishment, but I don't think it's enough.
Sorry, one thing that we sort of, I know I've been sort of not doing a very good job of tracking is how many rares and epics people have been using here. So we've seen a Hungry Crab, and now we have the bow as well on the side of Blitz. Have we
We've also seen the Vicious Fledgling from Blitz.
That's right as well. Have we seen anything from Karma yet?
Karma, we have not.
Interesting.
I've got a bit easier than you. I'm using the Hearthstone deck tracker to look at all this.
Ah, clever. My computer is pretty angry at me at the moment for running so much stuff, so it's one of the things I had to sacrifice. It's a pretty good pairing right there.
Yep. Gonna get a very big hyena, but it will of course be answered. Virus hack minions will be able to deal with it pretty well.
Yeah, plenty of options really, hey.
Yep. The best that Blitz can really do is hope for a full board clear and to be down by 3 cards.
And that's the option he goes for.
This can of course be answered by the skill name
yeah.
and the hero power. Of course, the second Spellbreaker also used makes it simply a 2/2.
Yep. And getting rid of it just to be extra safe. Very good option.
Looks like Karma's going to get for 2 turn lethal. 1 turn now that the Tiger's been played. First game going to Karma fairly easily.
Yeah, he took that
complete control of the board through the whole game.
Very, very convincingly. Alright. Alright, so they're now just queuing up for the next game. Interesting to see. So, for those just tuning in, this is Conk. So, although it's a Pauper tournament and there's limits to how many rares and epics people can bring, it is still your standard Conquest tournament. So, we will not be seeing any more Mage from Karma in this particular set. So, okay. So, we're loading in. Okay. So, Blitz choosing to switch decks anyhow. Coming up against a warrior. What do you think about that particular matchup? Coffee?
I was actually watching this during the break. This is a recruit warrior from Karma that we're seeing.
Right.
Running for. We can always see the Sleepy Dragon, but there's also the Giant Mastodon, the 9-6 taunt, and he runs gather your party as one of his rares in order to get those out nice and quickly, cheat them out.
Nice. So we're looking at another
we
race.
seem to be seeing a fairly standard-looking Zoo deck from Blitz, using Despicable Dreadlord and a Sea Giant.
Yeah, so there we go. That's
I think that Karma's got a pretty good matchup here. He's already drawn his Gather Your Party. He's got Brawl to deal with fast Zoo board. Running the Cleave is an interesting choice, given the common restriction, pretty much.
yeah. Both of them both players have actually been pretty lucky with the draws in their hands. Really, both pulling their a rare and an epic, considering.
Very good curve by now from Blitz. And Karma's drawing lots of his answers.
Would be a good one.
That's a very... If Direwolf does get to live through all this, somewhat unfortunate for Karma. Now
Yeah.
it's going to be hidden away behind the Town Creeper, and going to be painful for him to deal with until he pulls.
That's right. And you wouldn't brawl now, would you? That would be pretty weak.
Oh no,
use of
gotta
it.
wait for some of the bigger stuff. If he gets a Sea Giant as well, then that'd be pretty good.
Okay.
I think it's interesting that only Fireworks is being used in Karmasak. He does run 2 Fortress Souls,
Ah,
which
yes.
means that one of them will always never get value.
Mm.
I think I would have expected some Blood Races to be in their deck as well, maybe as another common weapon.
Yeah, true. Because yeah, it's draw 2 and it only drew the 1. Hey, am I reading that right?
Coming to turn 6 though, probably going to be gather your party, unless you want to choose to pull now.
He
It does actually.
kind of has to, doesn't he? Getting pretty low there. Unlucky.
And already, we're seeing the problem. Blitz is already going to be able to build a sport up with Flame and for Despicable Dreadlord.
Yeah.
The best I can really be hopeful now is Karma to get a Stegodon from his Gavia party.
Yeah, he's gonna need something.
Does indeed get the Mastodon though.
Yep.
Sea Giant will be there in time to answer though. Alternatively, he could use his Fungal Bouncer.
Yeah, got lots of options.
However, he seems to have made
Is there an order problem
no,
here?
that's correct, never mind.
Oh. Still learning about the whole placement thing. Okay. So when would be an ideal time for Blitz to play his giant?
I think now would be a pretty good time as answer to the Mastodon. So 8-8 goes pretty well into the 6-10 given that he can use Despicable Dreadlord to finish off the remaining 2 health.
Very true. Interesting to see on Karma's side, his second epic is actually Reckless Flurry, so just bringing the 1 brawl.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I was just saying that his second epic on Karma's side is Reckless Flurry, so he only bought the 1 brawl.
I'm not sure how much value he's going to get from the Reckless Flurry. He did bring the... He's already played 1 Ironheart. I'm assuming he's going to have another one there. But I think it's still an interesting choice to not bring 2 brawls. And right now, I bet he's wishing he did.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
He's not going to be able to get too much. Well, he could go for a flurry right now and get a full ball clear, but he chooses not to.
Okay.
I think that would have been a pretty good play, considering I take Blitz down to only 2 cards, and he still has his Mastodon and a Sleepy Dragon.
Yeah.
Each wants to hold on to it though for a later time.
Yeah, what's he gonna take here? Do you think he's
Removed all of his armor, so he's going to struggle to find value from the Reckless Flurry now. Not sure this is the best sign for him to go down.
No.
However, things are still looking pretty good for him. He's going to have 2 more Giant Horns to come in the next 2 turns. Blitz doesn't have any particularly good answers to them yet.
No, he can burn a silence, but that's kind of pointless.
We've already seen he runs 2 Despicable Dreadlords, so I guess he might run Siphon Souls over there, but I feel like he would be running the Doom Guards instead. They're very strong in that Warlock deck.
True. We haven't actually seen a Doom Guard come out yet from anyone, have we?
No, last time from the Warlock played by our previous sets, we saw the 4 mana 7/7s be coming out instead, which I
right.
thought was a interesting choice. Good synergy with Pit Lords.
And it paid off too.
Yes, Fungal Mounts plus the Acris Reverend will be enough to buff the Flame Amp to kill the Mastodon, leaving a big giant. But he doesn't go for this play actually.
Okay, goes that way instead. How do you feel about that?
Going for this line.
The reckless
I'm feeling
flow.
pretty good from Karma right now. Warpath clears all of us. Doesn't even take any health damage.
Nice.
Very strong card as Warpath. Somewhat underestimated, I think, when it was first announced.
Wouldn't be the
Because
first
it costs
card.
twice as much as Whirlwind. But right now, it's a complete board wipe. Got the Ironhide as well, so he's going to be able to get Reckless Flurry value again.
He's going to be feeling
And
probably a
there's-
bit safer.
The rest of his hand is just full of a few shorts. I think things look pretty good right now for Karma.
So Reckless Flurry, it does it on all minions. Ah, that's pretty much... Oh, ignoring it though. Do you think that was the right call?
I think he's going to wait for Blitz to overextend against the big taunts. He still has another Sleepy Dragon in the deck, so he can go through both of these.
Right.
Looks like that Blitz is just going to try and finish him off though. He's going to be very disappointed when he sees the Sleepy Dragon come out though.
Big time.
As right now it doesn't actually have an answer to it. And we do see the Witchwood Grizzly also in that deck, 312 when recruited, and not too much smaller than that right now.
Very true. That's another rare to tick off the list as well.
Yes, so he's running for 2 Gavia parties, so I'm going to assume he's running 2 Witchwood Grizzlies as well.
Okay. So, like you said... Oh no, it still doesn't. Reckless Flurry. I guess safe to say I would have been knocked out of this tournament first round. With the
Sea
plays
Giant's a
I've just-
very good draw for Blitz. Gives him the punch and nod to get through that Sleepy Dragon quickly. I think that right now, if your Karma, your plan is to try and play all your taunts, build up enough armor to get their Custode to secure the game.
Yeah. So
But I'm still thinking that Brawl would have been the better choice.
I tend to agree there. Yeah, definitely.
I don't see many situations where a Reckless Flurry is better for even a Brawl. Would rather clear the whole board most of the time with this condition. Well, rather
And-
not good whole.
From what we've seen of the deck, there isn't some kind of combo or something that we're missing out here, perhaps, or what do you think?
Well, the combo would be with the Ironhide to make it effectively 4 mana deal 5 to the board, but at that point you might as well be paying for 1 extra mana to deal infinite damage to the board.
True that.
We are going to see a 2 damage Reckless Flurry, which will be just enough for him to hold on to. He will go down to 3 after taking the damage from the Vulgar Homunculus. Question is, does Blitz run the Soulfire?
Well, he's definitely he's
Because
tapping
if not, he's going to have a lot more taunts to answer to. Easy Big, Easy Warrior. That's a very big Witchwood Grizzly, going to be a 5 mana 3/11.
going to clear everything up. Has no choice
Now he's
really.
armored out of range. Soulfire alone will not be enough to finish this game.
And he didn't get it anyway. Still can draw, of course, but
He's going to need exactly a Spellbreaker and Soulfire to win this now, I think.
he's getting
That's
quite
not what
low
he's
too,
drawing.
yeah.
Taking a lot of damage to look for it, but it doesn't really have much choice.
No.
Don't know about the inclusion of that bush or spard. Lots of these aggro decks tend to have minions with more attack than health, so it doesn't really give you favourable trades.
Hmm. So...
That shield block should pretty much secure the win now, if you're Karma.
Alright, and what is he going to finish the job with?
Going to draw the warpath, which is not enough to... No, actually this is enough to get the lethal.
Yeah.
We'll be able to finish it off with Witchwood Grizzly. Then Giant
Well
Aston
played
will hit him for
indeed.
lethal. This is now 2-0 towards Karma.
2-0. Nicely done. The general consensus in chat is that is a very fun looking deck. It is,
I would very much agree with that.
it looks very cool, so...
Able to work given the restrictions on the big expensive legendary cards, not able to recruit Hunter Star, which would be sitting on the ladder right now, instead going for a recruit warrior.
Yeah, I like it. Very cool.
Now the question is, what is the third deck for Karma's bringing?
It looks like it's queued
It's
into
also a
a
priest. Modding this will also be
the same one.
a Divine Spirit deck.
Oh, yeah, it's maybe a tad too early to tell.
Blitz is queuing up his Hunter, which I think would be a good answer to it. Try and secure the board before the priest has ways to clear it.
Agreed. Moving along quite quickly here. Everyone, both player. Obviously
I
having
would
a...
really like to see a Coin Vicious Fledgling, but I can understand why he didn't. That is kind of greedy. Instead he gets a very good adapt from the Razor Maw.
They've definitely picked up the pace. So we've got a few... So we're...
That's an interesting card. We have Acolyte of Agony coming out from Karma.
Yes.
Not a card you usually see in the Divine Spirit and Fire deck when it's played on ladder.
Yes. What could it be, if you had to hypothesize, what could it be standing in for? Because as we all know, the format is a little bit different in this particular tournament. They don't have access to all the goodies.
Job done.
I wouldn't quite be able to tell, because if I'm looking at other feast options for gaining life, they all tend to be common. Things like the Divine Hem, the Binding Heal, the Spirit Lash, they're all common.
Yeah. Got pretty lucky with the Lyric there. It was the perfect card to get through that taunt.
Even Amber coming out from Karma, is this a Spiteful Druid? Spiteful Priest, rather.
Oh, could be.
Spiteful has been nerfed, but doesn't actually matter if we can't even draw a Spiteful. Not lucky enough to reach Legend, it seems.
Yes. But probably a lot harder to answer in this particular format, assuming you live that long.
Oh yes, it's something like Tyrantus. There's no real answer to if you're the Hunter, you just have a Hunter's Mark.
Yes. Alright. I guess Blitz is a lot like us in the way that he's also flying blind and isn't really sure what he's facing yet. So that would probably have an effect on his decisions right now.
He probably doesn't know whether it's a Divine Spirit Priest or Spiteful Priest. He won't have an idea either. Though, if I hadn't seen the thing from Ember, I would definitely be thinking this is Divine Spirit.
Yes. Concur. Throwing out, I guess he's got two, so doesn't really need to hoard oozes.
It might bait Blitz into playing his Eagle Horn now if he's just seen the ooze go out.
That's true, he doesn't fall for it though.
The Orc is going to get very with Unleashed Hounds, like I was talking about before.
Yeah.
in the first game. Not always the worst animal companion, just most of the time.
Just 90% of the time. Would we won't probably see any shadow word pains or deaths, will we? I'm just thinking of that stealth tiger there.
We might see Shadowwood Pain in for that. I highly doubt we'll be seeing Shadowwood Death, though.
Mm.
What might be interesting as a tech card for Karma would be, since he's been shown that he plays interesting decks, Mossy Horror, a card that lots of people probably don't even remember exists, has the battle cry to destroy all 2 attack or less minions. Shadowwood Horror on top of a decent stats for its cost could be pretty good in what we imagine to be a highly aggro deck lists from everyone else. Of course, that if this is bad for deck, that wouldn't be the case, since those epics have to be for Spiteful.
Job done.
We're still none the wiser. Really? What those epics are?
Once we see one of them, though, we should have a good idea of what this deck is.
Yes, I'm
But
sure
if-
Karma.
If it was to be Divine Spirit Priest, I imagine we'll be seeing with Shadow Vision,
We haven't seen
and
anything
obviously
like that.
Spiteful would be playing with Spiteful.
I bet Karma is wishing he could see a few more of his powerful cards right now.
Yes, I'm sure that he'll be looking for his purple. But I'm not quite sure
What role it's going to
if
play
it'll be
yet?
enough right now. We're gonna need to see a very good fifth member. I think it's gonna have to be something along the lines of Lich King. Right now, Blitz is a very strong board, and there's no clear answer from Karma yet.
That's right. He's going to be feeling pretty confident right now. I would be. This would be where I'd start making mistakes. Which
Here comes a fifth member. We do see the
Oh.
Obsidian statue, which is pretty good answer. Got for lifesteal, got for removal.
yeah, no hesitation there.
Not
just bam.
quite the Lich King, but still probably the second best answer.
Good consolation prize.
Everything's pretty good with it's being compared to Lich King though.
Yeah, true.
Emerald Reaver is a card I've not seen in a very long time, but I've seen 2 of them come out from Blitz in this Hunter deck.
We have.
Sometimes the extra point damage will make a difference, I guess.
Definitely. It'd be interesting to see how he continues to use it going forward. This is sort of more just delaying the inevitable, isn't it? Unlucky with that destruction there. With that death rattle.
Yes. Not
No.
quite the target he wanted to see.
No. I'm betting he could really like to get rid of that Flappy Bird right now.
You have best.
There we go.
Old Spear concedes, and
There
now
we-
question is, will Karma be able to win one of the last 2 games of his priest deck? Which we still don't know exactly what deck it is.
There, the mystery continues.
I imagine it won't be too much long before we know though.
No, but if you're Blitz going into this, not really, still not 100% certain, what would you pick? Like, what?
I don't think it really matters, since in order to win this, he's going to have to beat this priest deck at some point, so
True that.
I don't think it matters too much which deck he plays.
Shall be mine. The light shall
And we are seeing a Warlock.
I think you've nailed it, and this is definitely we've got mind control as well. I feel like
We
it's-
do see the mind control now from Karma in his first mulligan. So that definitely makes me think it is a spiteful deck.
Agreed.
I can't really see the Divine Spirit Priest wanting to run those expensive spells.
Definitely
Makes
not.
their Shadow Visions much worse. Now the question is, will he, in one of these 3 games, manage to get Spiteful on turn 7? Because if so, I think he will be able to win that game.
Yeah, and I'd be less impressed to see that Free from Amber come into this hand.
Not quite the expensive card he was looking to draw there. Was looking for something one less than that. But right now, the big thing to talk about is the Sea Giant is getting very cheap. And with that Town Creeper most likely many on the board, it's going to get even cheaper.
Not the... Would have been hoping for something a bit cooler from that Stonehill Defender, no doubt.
Fellstar Inquisitor is not what I think anyone was called the best of cards. Here comes the Sea Giant coming in at 3 mana.
Feels good if you blitz. Probably not so good for Karma.
Yes. And we were talking about how we don't expect to see the Shadow of Death, so he's not going to have a good answer to it. And especially if he's Spiteful, he certainly won't be running Shadow of Death.
Yeah. Definitely not. So what can he really do here, Karma? Not really a much, huh? He just...
No, that Sea Giant's just going to keep eating through all of these minions he's putting up. The Fungal Mount is going to have a huge impact this turn. I expect to see it on the Firefly and the Flame Elemental. We'll see what he ends up going for, though.
Yeah.
So many
I think he should, at the very least, attack with his Sea Giant first. Try and get better juggles. Not that massive goes for the face anyway.
Yeah. And then just go face.
And he should. He's going to have lethal next turn
Yeah.
by the looks of things.
Even with the apple blossom, what? Even with the apple balm.
Not on Asperborn might be enough to save him. He's going to need some. He might need some good juggles. I haven't actually worked it out yet. Don't have that quick math skills.
Come on, man.
But I'm guessing that between the Plate of Diesel and the Apple Bomb, he should have enough to last one more turn, one more try to get the Spiteful.
Yeah.
But I don't even think he wants to Spiteful anymore because he needs a taunt instead.
Yeah,
And Spiteful will not give any taunts.
and unfortunately, when you're playing to just stay in the game, you're already on the back foot, and it's never ideal. This Knife Juggler's just really hungry for the face.
As they should be. Looks like it's going to be.
you have best.
He just
There we
gives up.
go. Oh,
But doesn't even matter what he draws, it's not going to be enough.
oh,
We're seeing this
wow.
go to game 5 as
Game
well.
5 as well, yes. This is fantastic.
So the question is, what is Blitz's third deck? And is it going to be good for Spiteful Priest?
Well, we don't have to wait too long. They are loading straight back into it. Each probably very eager to get this underway. Okay, Mage.
You asked for it.
The light shall
It
bring
was
Interesting.
similar sort of mage that we've seen before with Burn. Always seen the Fireball and the Frostbolt. Very powerful Small King spells.
That they are. Mirror Entity, I'm not sure. Sorry, not Mirror Entity, Mirror Image. I wasn't really expecting that, but I guess it's super cheap. Oh, Karma is not going to be. That is a really awful
That's
hand.
not good. He's got 2 dead cards and a Tower Creeper. And he risks drawing some of his other big spells and completely turning off his Spiteful. Very
Feels
unlucky
bad.
for him to not have seen one yet between the 3 games.
I agree. pretty stock standard turn here from Blitz. Karma does not even...
Blitz is just playing on curve, playing
Yeah.
strong cards.
Yep. It's got the, is that the second fireball now? No. My apologies.
No, this is just the first fireball, he
one,
mulliganed it away.
Ah, that's right.
And right now, Blitz has just gone get through. Where's mana 1? Already a 3-3, protected by the mirror images.
Ah,
Karma doesn't run spells. Karma doesn't have Spineful. Karma has nothing to answer this.
Your magic
Just a spellbreaker.
Spellbreaker. They
Mirror
def-
Entity almost assuredly coming out this turn, which is going to be disaster for Karma,
yeah.
who will likely be playing Cobalt Skullbane.
If you were in Karma's position and you're coming into turn 5, would you anticipate that being mirror entity and maybe play around it, or are you in a position where you have no
I
choice?
think it's you're already in a bad position. You don't have much choice other than to hope it's something else. I'm not sure what else it would be though. Reasonably, it's certainly not going to be
Explosive or anything.
Ice Barrier. You have no need for that. And those are the only two common secrets.
Chooses to
It
go that
could
way.
be explosive runes potentially. There is indeed from an entity only getting the Stonehill Defender though, not playing the Kobold.
I like that play. Like, I think it worked.
Much
okay
safer
for
than
him.
for playing the Kobold, who's only going to get fireballed anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
An incredible discovery.
He does have explosive runes, which is a rare. So,
Would be interesting to see if he managed to get some mind games, having shown that he plays an entity, might be able to get some good face damage with the explosive runes.
and Karma's now got the second free from Amber in hand as well. So, if it's spiteful, he's not going to be happy. Though either he's the most unluckiest person in the world to have not seen it in 3 games.
3 games and not have seen the Spineful by turn 7.
Mm,
That is a complete disaster.
big time.
Fuel on the side of Karma.
So he's
We've
gone
seen
the
Primordial Griff come out as epic on the side of Blitz. Fairly standard in this Mage deck. Add some more burn. And
Yep.
there it is, Power Blast.
Oh.
Excellent furnish here if he thinks he needs it. Otherwise, could go for another mirror entity.
Yeah.
I'd actually really like to see that. Coin out the mirror entity only costs 1. Would be
Yeah.
able to secure that. No matter what happens on turn 7, he's going to be ahead.
Yeah, definitely. But goes a
Does,
Pyroblast.
in fact,
Goes-
decided to go for the Power Blast.
living up to the Burn Mage name.
That's a terrible draw for Karl right now, for mind control. Even if he does get the spy from now, it's only going to be an 8 drop.
Is it?
The
He's
good
got,
fingers, though, that
he's got
this
2 free from Amber.
if it was a 10 drop, it's guaranteed to not be taunt. So now he has increased the chances of getting a taunt from a Spite for Summoner.
But he's got
But
both
that's
free
just
from
about the
Amber's
only
in
good
hand.
thing I can say right now.
What's the other 8 spell? He's already got 2 free from Amber's in his hand as well. He's got both mind controls.
Wait,
and
he
both
has
free.
oh my god.
Yeah,
Terrible
it's-
caster. He's 2 free members. Spite for Summoner's turned off. Karma's practically lost the game.
How?
His only way getting back in was from the Spy for Summoner, but now that's not going to be enough. He's not going to be happy with us.
I feel for him. I feel for him. So what does Blitz do now? Of course, Blitz is not
I think if
privy
he
to the
blitz, just
knowledge.
try and get your secrets out.
Time runs out on me. I wonder.
The problem is, of course, that now that the sun's going to his later turns, Karma's actually going to be able to play his expensive spells. He's going to be able to play both of his free from embers.
That's true. Not that he's going to be stealing anything too fantastic from the Burn Mage.
Yep, definitely in this format, it's no Archmage and Stardust to steal, so best you can be hoping for is a Cobalt Scalebane, probably.
Put the pressure on.
We don't see that though, we do see Forgotten Apple coming out. Guess he doesn't want to risk the counterspell.
Which is smart play. All of a sudden, he's sitting okay, really,
He's
isn't he?
10-3 now.
Yeah. Although, is that a there is a Frost Nova in hand, so
We do see the Killing Mage come out. That's another one of Blitz's theirs.
Many secrets.
I would guess he's running 2 of each, Explosive Runes and Killing Mage.
okay. Okay, so what does
Time runs out on me.
holding off on stuff?
Blitz has a
Alright.
ton of burst in his hand.
Oh, big time.
Again, frustrating himself, not playing the Freak Firmer into a potential counterspell. And now we see Karma not getting Spiteful, but still a very huge board, having been able to keep his Cobalt Scalebane on the board.
It's doing work, that's for sure.
Now that little 2/6 turtles now an 8/6 and needs an answer from Blitz.
I wonder.
Hey, really, I guess he needs to clear, huh? Oh, buffing the Scalebane as well. That's gotta feel good. Using some of that burn to get through the turtle.
We have many secrets.
Time runs out on me.
Seeing another secret,
one.
of course, for second Explosive Runes.
I love how he's being so strategic with those secrets. Like you said, making it look like it's a counterspell. Well, like making Karma.
Karma has held off from playing the secrets. He might still think it's a potential counterspell. And delaying from 3 mind controls and 3 from members being played is going to be huge.
Big time.
Yep. Again, we see Explosive Runes get value. We don't see the counterspell. And we don't see the spells being played.
Yeah, so... ugh.
Of course, he's out of theirs. There's 0 chance that the next secret is a counterspell.
That's right. Though...
But what we do know is the 100% chance that Karma is dead.
Yes. Right in the face. Wow, so that is...
Guess the value. Very back and forth game.
Wow, but
In
yeah.
the end though, Karma, very unlucky.
Yeah, I
3
know.
games, no Spiteful. Drawing all the spells in the last game to rub the Sultan.
You know, I'm honestly, I'm doubting that there is even Spiteful in that deck. Like, I'm doubting my own sanity there. So yeah, Blitz will advance. So let's just give
Blitz